Okay, today we're gonna do a little bit of a different kind of video. Let me spin this around so you can see who I am. And later in the video, it'll make sense to you, but if you can't see, a lot of the reason why my videos are jittery and stuff is because I'm holding stuff like this and trying to hold the camera. And when I have the opportunity to test these products, there isn't always people around to help me film or to do things. So today, we're gonna talk about the low EMF or the no EMF sauna scam. And I don't know the best way to preface this. In my opinion, this is a disservice to the whole industry. The sauna industry is unregulated, and these companies are just flat out outright lying in their marketing. You know, we've got a dynamic sauna back there that's supposed to be low EMF. It's regularly 40 to 60 milligauss, which is super, super high. Today, I'm going to show you, instead of just bashing companies, because that's not what this is about. This is about you learning about being able to see, because not everybody has access to a bunch of different meters like this. And so, what I'm trying to do is help you from having to spend all the money that I've had to spend to get this stuff and to acquire this knowledge and just to share. So this is an Acoustimeter RF meter. Most people know what it is. It only measures RF. This is an Alpha Labs UHS2. It's a triple axis Gauss meter. This is a Cornet EDT88 or ED88T, whatever. Got this on the Gauss setting. We are triple checking all Gauss because the biggest misconception with saunas is that people think that there's RF in there. And a lot of people say that, EMF is only one thing. There's three types of EMF. RF is radio frequencies. Cell phones, the pulsing from smart meters, Wi-Fi routers, etc. Electric fields would be from electric motors, power supplies, the wiring in your house, smart meters, but not the pulsing. It's actually the power, the wiring coming in. And then I didn't realize that until I got all these meters and I started testing. But the reason why, let's see, battery test, okay. And now, a lot of people would say, well, Matt, why do you have to have all these meters? These meters cost more than the sauna that you're about to show us. Well, the truth is, I didn't just buy all of these at one time. I started with this because this is what people recommended. And once I realized that this thing was not accurate, most people can get by with a tri-field meter. And you don't have to go out and spend $1,000 on meters just to, be able to be safe and keep your family safe and live healthier. This meter is great for detecting EMFs of both RF. Actually, the RF works really good. And magnetic. It is not a triple axis Gauss meter, but it's great for detecting the presence. And that's all you need as a homeowner. You don't really need to know exactly what the level is. Now, people shouldn't be running around, sauna groups and posting particular levels and then saying one sauna only has 3 milligauss when in fact it has 30. This is not a good meter for people to be doing reviews. But it's a great meter just to protect yourself and to be checking things as you bring them into the home. So, what we're going to do today is, what I'm going to show you is how sauna companies are lying to you. So, this particular sauna is off. It's not on, as you can tell. If we were to turn it on, you can see the current temperature is 87, so it was on a little while ago, but there's no residuals. We're going to turn the temperature up to 151, and we're going to turn the time limit to 90. We're going to turn the light on. Okay? So, how do sauna companies lie to you? How is this particular sauna? And I don't want to bash this particular company. This video is not about what company makes this sauna or who makes this sauna or some guy building these. It's really just about educating you and helping you to understand what EMFs are and how the wool gets pulled over your eyes, because people are spending $5,000-$6,000 on these things and they're thinking that it's some healing sanctuary, and it's totally not. And so here's what happens. A lot of people, if they didn't know any better, would simply trust someone that did a review on this particular sauna with an Acoustimeter, because an Acoustimeter is an RF meter, right? Or a Cornet meter is an electrosmog meter, right? Well, yes, but what setting is it on? Is it measuring milligauss? Is it measuring electric fields, magnetic fields, RF? What setting is this on? Does it matter if it's in the 1 to 3 range when you should be, well over 3? Well, nobody tells you this kind of stuff. And worst of all, the actual marketers or the actual salespeople from the sauna companies, they don't give a shit. This industry is so unregulated, it's ridiculous. Most of this stuff comes from China. So if a Chinese manufacturer will say, you know, hey, this is low EMF, they just put that in their marketing, nobody checks it, and they don't give a fuck. Well, who suffers? You. You're trying to heal, you've got a loved one, you buy them a sauna, hoping it'll help them with their cancer, and what happens? They get worse. Well, how the fuck are you supposed to do your homework when somebody comes into a sauna with an RF meter like this and shows 0.7 with a peak of 0.31 volts per meter, which is in the green, which is safe? I would say this is safe also. Well, what they don't tell you is there's never any RF in a sauna unless, even with speakers, unless it has a stereo head unit with Bluetooth or a Wi-Fi module so that you can control the sauna from your smartphone app. All that stuff would be right above your head. That's why I'm pointing up there. The power supply, everything, all the guts to this guy are either in the ceiling or under your butt. All the sauna makers put them there. So what do you think is going to happen if you stick somebody in a sauna with pulsing Wi-Fi or Bluetooth? Duh, they're getting zapped. So how are you getting lied to? Well, here's how you're getting lied to. There's never any RF in a sauna that doesn't have Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. We've established that. The other thing is testing saunas. Like if you go over here to the tri-field, right? Let's just say you had an amateur in here and they didn't have it on magnetic, or the actual, let's just go with this reading right here. Let's see if I can focus the camera and zoom in for you guys. Focus, focus, focus. Come on, baby. Sorry guys, this is, so we've got under 20. Let's just call it 15 to 20. We're on magnetic 0 to 100. Let's say somebody did this video and they did it 0 to 3 and they just showed that it was a little under, it was bouncing. We would have no idea. Or let's just say that somebody put this on RF and came in here and did a sweep. Oh, look, there's no RF in the sauna. There's no EMFs in the sauna. People are confusing the word EMF with exactly what type of EMF it is, or they're confusing using the word EMF, thinking that it's a blanket statement that covers, you know, all types of electromagnetic fields, be it whatever radiation it is. Well, the other thing is, this particular meter, as we showed, is not useful for determining an accurate reading. So when you come in a sauna like this, and you have 65 milligauss, and that's not even all the way in the corner, by the way, because this won't let me get there, or you come off it a little bit, and you have 40 milligauss in the seated position because your back is no more than 2 inches away from these heaters. 25, it bounces. Or if we come over here, you think that's a fluke? 90. Or if I get in it and sit down, 150, 140, 130, 120, 115. I mean, come on guys, this is ridiculous. So how then can a sauna company dupe you if it's not just RF, if it's different types of EMF? Well, I'll show you how. This is exactly how. So what we're gonna do, I'm not gonna turn the meter off, no tomfoolery, no settings changed, no nothing, but I'm gonna take it away from there because I wanna show you something. I can take this same meter that just showed you the actual readings and come in here to the middle of the sauna where I know that it's gonna be lower and only show 5-6 milligauss. And I can even move it around and only show, you know, 3 milligauss. If I know exactly where to place this thing, and I'm gonna show you why this happens. And so a lot of people like to say, oh, the control panel and this and that. Control panel doesn't have any power over there. It's near the power supply and the actual wiring, dummies. Or if I come to the corner of an emitter, like a lot of people like to do, it's 525, 5.4. Do you know why that is? It's because the wiring in this particular wall, I know because I put it together, comes in from the bottom, and it's the bottom left corner. Why do you think it's so high over here where you actually sit? Or why do you think it's higher when we get up close to it? 28, 25? So one of the easiest tricks in the book to dupe people into a low EMF reading, and this is why all those fucking companies that say, you know, third party tested and all this bullshit, show me where there's standardized testing for this industry. And what that means is a third party would have to have the exact same testing ritual for every single company, which means the emitter would have to be the same size so that the meter position, when they take the reading, Could be the same number of inches away from the wiring, or in the corner, or in the center, or wherever. No two companies do this identically. So how the hell can you trust the readings? You can't. And this is how they're able to fool the public. And it sucks because, you know, not everybody can go out and spend $1,000 on meters, or buy all these things, or have a job that allows you to test this kind of stuff, or, you know, this takes a lot of time, energy, and money to come to these conclusions. I never knew that it was going to be like this. I thought I would just get a sauna and I could do the detox protocol as outlined in this book, as outlined in the sauna groups that you see, as Dr. Klinghardt mentions, as Dr. Clement from the Hippocrates Institute mentions, like all these companies. But the thing is, it's so easy to be deceptive. Who do you trust anymore? And this is what I'm finding. And so, you know, I'm just a guy who's suffering, who had, you know, mercury amalgam fillings and has been suffering from chronic sinus infections and fatigue and brain fog and anxiety and panic attacks and all kinds of crazy stuff. Just trying to heal myself, man. You know, I don't want to do all this stuff. I don't want to. This is a lot of fucking work. This is a lot of fucking money and time. I could be doing stuff. I could be playing. You know, yeah, it's fun for me to build near-infrared saunas because I like building stuff. But most people don't have access to tools like that. They don't have woodworking experience. How the hell? So it pissed me off enough that these people were taking advantage of people so much that I decided that I was going to start testing. And then until I found a solution for myself that I knew was reliable, that I would promote to my friends and family, or buy from my mother or father, you know, or daughter or loved ones or whoever, you know, I'm not going to stop until we get that solution. So let's just be clear that we can take one of the best meters on the market and go into a sauna and do a sweep. And, you know, I could be saying, oh, sorry guys, this is a cell phone video, and doing all this kind of shit, you know, and not hit the screen when it actually spikes. Oh, sorry guys, sorry guys, it's in the fucking 80s. Sorry guys. Or I could say, you know, oh, it's higher than normal because it's a triple axis meter and it's too good. And then we put it on single axis. And then, oh, sorry guys, it's the meter. You know, it's the meter that's giving you the high reading, even though that's single axis too. As you can tell, I'm a little bit irritated because I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars. And part of the reason that I spent thousands of dollars is because idiots made videos just like this that didn't know what the fuck they were talking about, telling people that this stuff is safe. And it would seem safe, right? I'm in this sauna, I'm 6 feet, I'm 210, 215 right now. I got some weight to lose. I'm a wider guy, but broad shoulders. It would seem that this is credible, right? I'm in the sauna, it's 4.6. We come down, you know, it's 11. A lot of people, especially with those heaters in the front, where the guy's like, oh, you know, these panels here are relatively low EMF. But the other trick too is you can't really tell how far away I am from the heater, can you? So it seems like we're a couple inches away like this, doesn't it? When I get right up next to the camera, you know, so it's farther. But in reality, how far away am I? How far away is this? It's a foot. Where do you think your body is? When I sit in here, I'm like this. Look at where my shoulders are. This is a 1 to 2 person sauna. I mean, I'm not in the center, am I? Hopefully you can see this. I can't see the screen. But look at where my body is. Look at how close I am to these. How about I just put this right here? Actually, that'd make a pretty good picture if it actually focuses. Or let's try this. I can't see that. I don't know if it says anything or not. You get the idea. So for you guys, what's the takeaway? The takeaway is pretty much any sauna that's cheap. I know this is going to be discouraging for a lot of people, but I don't want it to be. Any of these saunas with the buckles, any of these saunas that look like this with the handle, all these are imported from China. I was able to track down the Sea Container shipping manifesto, and I was able to see where these are imported from. I was able to see every single brand that's imported from China. I didn't know that before I bought these, by the way. I'm doing what I can to get my money back, especially on this one. This one's awful. Pretty much, you know, everything that's $1,000, $2,000 is going to be a piece of shit. They're going to lie to you. They're going to say it's low EMF, just like this one does in the Amazon listing. Clearly it's not low EMF. So what are the takeaways? The takeaways are, always remember that there are 3 types of EMF in the sauna that you need to look for. Really, it's only one type, but there's 3 types that could exist. Or you might have a magnetic field if there was some type of electric motor that did something, like one of those ionizer machines that had a fan that spins around or something like that. Maybe. I wouldn't worry about it. So for everyone that says, you know, oh, they're using the wrong terminology, really, in a sauna, it's very, very low. It's very minimal. Same thing with the RF. If the particular sauna that you're interested in doesn't have a stereo system with a receiver, it's usually a car head unit or a boat head unit. If it doesn't have that, or it doesn't have a Wi-Fi module that allows you to connect the phone to use a smartphone app to control the sauna, those things are not bad, except they should be disconnected when you're in there, right? And so a Bluetooth module or a Wi-Fi module is going to be no different than standing next to a Wi-Fi router. The thing that you want to be most concerned about in the sauna is fields. And I'm going to show you that right now before we close out this video. I have so many, I'm sorry, I'm a little disorganized here. I have so many devices going in this particular room. I had to run an extension cord for you guys so that I could show you how this works. And it was too dark in here without these lights for you to see the readings on the meters inside the sauna. So I've got sauna running, I've got studio lights, and then I was gonna run this guy and I blew the breaker. So give me just a second to fix this up and I'll demonstrate exactly how and where the fields come from. And so let's put this back together. And this is the main reason how the sauna companies are able to dupe you guys. Or me, I was duped too. I shouldn't say you guys, I'm part of the tribe. I'm gonna go 0 to 100 again. We're gonna put that on Gauss. Okay, so there is no such thing as, there is a such thing as low EMF. There is no such thing as 0 EMF or no EMF. If it plugs into a wall, right, just like this guy does, just like these lights do, it has EMF. It doesn't have RF. Anything that draws amperage, any significant amperage, is going to have magnetic fields. So why then doesn't this near infrared sauna, or don't most of the low EMF saunas that you can actually measure and test have any EMFs? Well, it's because you keep your body far enough away from the actual current. Whereas, let me show you this first. So this is the cord that's powering this particular sauna. See how when I put the meter right on top of the cord, it jumps up to 15? You see how if I were to, let me see if I can do this and hold this. If I were to put this into a small coil and pull that next to the meter, now all of a sudden we have 40, 50, 60. And do you see how if you use shielded cabling in a manner, in a twisted manner, that it reduces that dramatically? Why do we have 2 milligauss here right up next to it, and then in this particular extension cord we have 16, 20? Why is that? It's the same cord, I haven't moved anything, it's the same power, it's the same amperage, it's powering the same thing. Why is that? Well, I'll tell you why. And this is exactly what's happening in these guys. We have cheap Chinese manufacturers that are putting unshielded wiring in the walls, and because of that, where do you think these particular heaters wiring is? It's right here. It's right here next to your body. It's right here in this 1-inch wall. It's right here running up to the power supply right on top of your head. And I'm going to show you right now, if they would deploy shielded wiring or spend some extra money and use some mitigation techniques or put their cabling in conduits, you could actually have a low EMF sauna. Let me unplug this because it is getting hot in here. Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. I don't want to edit this video because a lot of people cut stuff out when they edit, and it ruins the credibility. But the thing that sucks is that for a lot of you, you're gonna have to fast forward because I'm only one guy, and I only have one set of hands. And it sucks that I can't make seamless, short videos, but I hope for the one person out there that is suffering or is looking for answers like I was, that this will help you without spending the thousands of dollars that I had to spend or wait. What's worse to me, what's worse than the money is the months and months that I haven't been able to feel better, or that I've been having fatigue, or, you know, I moved to this 2,000 square foot place. I live here by myself just to do this. I was already a YouTuber, was already a professional blogger. I didn't plan on testing saunas or reviewing health equipment. You know, life hit me in the balls and I didn't really have any other choice. And now that I'm coming out of it, man, I'm so motivated to share what I found with other people because this was a bitch, you know? So here is what I wanted to show you. This is basically the same thing that you just saw with the extension cord. Okay, so essentially what we have here is an extension cord coming in from the power supply with, let's look in here, unshielded cabling, no conduit, untwisted, no ELF protection whatsoever, right next to your body. Cheap shit, they don't give a fuck, and they slap low EMF on it and sell it to you like there's no tomorrow. So what are you supposed to do? Well, when I find a solution for myself, right now the only solution that I've been able to come up with is one that I built, but that's not a long term, it's just temporary. I will definitely share it with you guys. I think what I'm gonna have to do is, I can't keep track of all this information, and certain days I've got so much fatigue and so much brain fog, I can't do this. Like it's a lot for me sometimes to put together videos or to talk or to remember what to say or to just to do all this stuff. And until I heal, until I get better and feeling better, I mean, geez, I haven't gone out and had a beer with my friends in months. I don't go on trips. I canceled all of my obligations. Like this is really affecting my life. And so you can bet your ass that when I find a solution that's good, I am going to promote the ever living hell out of it. So I think what I'm going to do is, I had a blog already. I think what I'm going to do is start putting together sauna review posts so that anybody that comes across these videos, because right now, you know, what sucks is that I don't have a solution. I don't have a low EMF solution that I'm using that I think is a good solution for other people, or that you can buy, or that is really working. I haven't started the niacin detox protocol because I don't have a good sauna. And you don't want to start something like that unless you can finish it. And the last thing that I want to do, especially because the functional medicine doctor that I'm seeing, you know, has said several times that my kidneys are stressed. You know, I'm not an alcoholic. I had hardly even drink. But she said my liver enzymes look like I'm an alcoholic. My liver enzymes were sky high. Like to the point where if she said the next time you come back and see me, they're not lower, we're gonna either admit you or put you on some type of drugs, I don't remember, for liver disease. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know, I don't do anything that would cause my liver enzymes to be that high that I know of. And so one of the things is that I did get the mercury fillings removed. I did get my mercury amalgams taken out, but on my last hair test analysis, there was not really any improvement in mercury levels. There wasn't really a reduction in anything. If anything, the aluminum was actually higher than the previous test. And so one of the most important things on my list for me to do is to do the niacin detox protocol outlined in this book, with the flushing niacin, not the non-flushing niacinamide. This shit doesn't work. I have some. But to do that for a period of 30 days so that I can get these metals out and see. And one of the pieces to the puzzle has been, you know, I know this is getting off context for the video, so might as well just shut it off here. But I'll just leave you at this point. One of the things that I've been learning from Dr. Klinghardt, and he's the guy who promotes Sunlighten, but Sunlighten is the manufacturer that makes the Impulse, and the Impulse is what I was paying to use at the spa to do this detox before I bought these. And then I found out that the Impulse has one of the highest, it probably has the EMF levels as high as this. I'm gonna test it with the same meters now that I have them. So look for a blog post on cleverleverage.com on my blog, or go to my YouTube channel and look for the playlist called Sauna Reviews. It'll be in there. But anyway, one of the things that stood out that I learned from Klinghardt is heavy metals create a breeding ground for parasites. And parasites and all this other stuff can contribute to constant fatigue and brain fog and everything else. And I'm like, shit, I wonder if, everything that's going on in there, it's a combination of these things. And I haven't been able to detox the heavy metals because every time I take a product like Metal Free, which is like, I call it like low semi-chelation, but it's not really a chelator. I've been taking that for however long. That's from Body Health, from the guy over in Tampa or Clearwater. Dr. I can't remember his name, you have to Google it. My levels aren't coming down. And it's like, well, wait a minute, what's going on here? And then I finally realized that saunas are just one piece of the puzzle, probably the biggest piece. But the thing is, if you don't get rid of the parasites, you don't get rid of the ability to completely heal the gut lining, because the parasites are contributing to you not being able to heal your gut. And so if you can't heal your gut, any type of binders that you take, perhaps, I don't know this, I'm not a doctor and I'm speculating, the toxins, the heavy metals, the everything that we're trying to get rid of, anything that goes to the gut to be excreted from the body is somewhat getting reabsorbed. So it's this vicious cycle. So while saunas are helping, if you're not in an infrared sauna, or you're not in it for an hour or longer, or you're not taking niacin, or you're not taking binders, or you're not doing all these things right, it is possible that we're getting a little bit out, but not enough, and it's not a surge, and it's not allowing this to heal. So now I'm on a quest to, number one is to find a low EMF sauna solution. Yes, I built a near infrared sauna array, actually 2 of them now. It doesn't get hot enough as the far infrared. Like, it doesn't induce enough of a sweat to where I feel like someone turned the lights on, like what happened when I first went and sat at the spa. So number one is to find a low EMF sauna so that I can sit in here for 60 plus hours and not get zapped with 50, 40 milligauss. I think most people worry about EMFs, and that's more harmful to a person than, that's really annoying me. I need to shut the meters off. I think that is more, worrying about EMFs is probably more harmful to a person than the actual EMFs in a short duration. But if you're gonna do something like this, or if you're trying to detox heavy metals, or you're trying to get yourself healthier, or you're trying to do a niacin detox, all these types of things, and you're gonna be in this environment for a long time, I really, really think, my intuition is telling me you should not sit in something that has this high of an electric field. It's just gonna be harmful, it's not gonna be helpful. And I'm so far off track with this fucking video now. I think it was supposed to be about how sauna companies lie to you. I think you're getting a good picture of that. And now that I've gone on tangents and everything else, you should probably have a good idea of who I am, what I'm about, why I'm doing this, what my particular situation is. I apologize for the rambling. I apologize for it being so long. My hope is that because I have this stuff and it's not a good solution, that I'm sharing this, that it will prevent and help someone else from spending the money and wasting the time and going through all the effort of putting this together and trying it and getting zapped and realizing and all this kind of stuff. So see you in the next video.